Quote number 1. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This means that the circumstances that you are in don't matter as much as your reaction to them. Some people actually are in the worst times of their life, but they stay normal as if nothing has happened. On the other hand, some people are in the best moments of their life, but they take out the small problems of their life and present them to the world, in a way which infers that these are the worst problems anyone can ever face. Same happens in case of opportunities. Some people see big opportunities in things even when there is less potential in them. Some people don't avail big, full of potential opportunities and make them small in their minds. One thing to learn is that we should try to stay normal no matter what the circumstances around you are, and focus on the solutions of the problems you are facing in life. Quote number 2. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. This means that people should listen more and talk less. Listening is a skill that people usually lack. It is very important because when you listen more, you learn more about the world and the perspectives which different people have. Listening actively is also important so that you don't misunderstand or misinterpret different pieces of information that the speaker is providing you with. Listening does more of the heavy lifting of vigorous efforts of acquiring and accumulating knowledge. One thing to learn here is that we should learn to listen more than we speak so that we keep learning. Quote number 3. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. This means that true wealth is not actually about having a lot of money in your pocket or a lot of expensive possessions like a big house, cars, etc. It is about keeping your desires in control. This means that you should have fewer desires in you. Even if your earning amount is huge and your expenses are actually more than your income, you cannot call yourself wealthy. Someone who is actually stuck in too many wants cannot be fully free because it is actually a bottomless pit. One learning from this is that you should have as little of desires as possible so that you are actually free at the level of body and mind. Quote number 4. No man is free who is not master of himself. This means that one who does not know about his body and his mind is never completely free. To many people, absolute freedom is a myth. The level of freedom that a person gets is at 3 levels, at the level of body, mind and soul. Being free at the level of body means that you have good health and you have no diseases that can cause problems in your body. Being free at the level of mind means that you have lesser amount of desires left inside you. Additionally, it also means that you have some amount of wealth to ensure your family and your own survival. Moreover, it means that you have good relationships which are well defined and healthy. All of this gives you mental peace and freedom. Finally, at the level of soul, a person should know who he or she is and what his or her origin is. This is the level which very few people achieve either because a minority of people actually know about it or people who know are actually misguided by others for the interest of earning money. When you pass all 3 levels, it can be actually said that you are free in the truest sense. Quote number 5. The greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it. Skillful pilots gain their reputation from storms and tempests. This means that greater victories can be actually achieved by greater efforts. If we observe history closely, people who faced hell lot of difficulties have actually achieved greatness in the true sense. If we take the example of Beethoven, he was deaf but he became one of the most admired composer in the history of Western music. Another example of this is Helen Keller, who actually being blind and deaf at the same time, became an author and an educator. In this quote, the example of pilots is given. This means that pilots which are the most remembered, are the ones who fled planes in violent storms. This teaches us that no matter what weaknesses you have or how big your challenges are, you should find a way to overcome them so that you keep moving forward. Quote number 6. We should not moor a ship with 1 anchor, or our life with 1 hope. This means that we should have backup in our life and we should not live with 1 hope. Most ships have more than 1 anchor. By the same token, you should have multiple options in your life so that you can take multiple approaches when you want. Just like we don't know what kind of storms and difficulties can come in the sea, we don't know what type of challenges can come up in life, and what kind of situations we have to face in future. This quote is also very significant because sometimes what happens is that we live our life on 1 passion only and we fail miserably in that. If we have different passions, we can actually switch in between them if one passion does not work out.